Welkom by die proefplaas waar ons die punch vat en kyk wat werk en wat werk nie. Geen gewe, net lekker. Ons toets 'n swel hier en daar. Loosely translated into snakehead, very poisonous for the sheep and they love to eat it for some reason. Today is a big day. We're going to see what we can do about connecting this water tower. Once again, the inspectors are here, checking that everything is up to standard. The slab is holding very well. But hey, today, when that tank is full, we'll for the first time see what that slab carries. Today, for some extra reach, we are tying the ladder to the stand. We'll score an extra bit like that, and the pipe's gonna get pulled up now. And we see how the measurements turn out. So I put it here against the waar is hy nou? Net daarbo. So we're going to move the tank right up to the edge that it just connects in here. Makosa is just fixing down there a level or two. Well, up here my mind is the whole time on the one level. The water tank supply and this water tank, it's a bit difficult. It was a bit difficult to measure the levels. So when we're going to connect up there, the inlet supply, I hope it's not too high and that we do have water flowing in. We made a short quick test long ago and it worked, but now is the real McCoy to see if the water will flow in and if this tank is not too high, because if this tank is too high then we're gonna have to lower this concrete and that ain't happening. Okay, check, so that's a borehole, one of the boreholes, and it's the solar pump is down there with electricity coming here, and that is what's needed to run that pump. I see, it looks like 330 watt panels. Anyway, so from the solar panels to the solar pump goes up to into a water tower, and then from there it supplies a mile further the homestead. Luckily Kivit fits in there. He's gonna clean it for us now. He connected the flow 12. The outflow is supported here with a lip channel that's fitting perfectly. This pipe is now kind of hanging down there. And so this is the outlet and this is the inlet. So yes, so the water comes 1 mile from that direction. Perhaps a little bit more, 1.7 kilometers or so. But yeah, this is the overflow, which we hope won't be needed. because we got the float valve in there, but the float valve is pushing up against the tank, so the float valve might not work. It seems it's too big for this tank, so we'll see. So the tank is off center from the floor. It's a small tank, so it's to just have that easy connection. Plus, if we one day put a bigger tank up here, it should just connect there, hopefully. It's a 2.5k tank. But now he has a lot of space to come chill with a chair and watch the food forest grow. So I'm not running another mile. I asked somebody to open the tap for me in about 5 minutes. So while the tank is empty and standing to its full height, we're anchoring it with wire on the four corners, because the wind is quite rough sometimes. Alright, so that is our supply. Oops. Okay, open there. Let's see. It's still quiet so far. Yeah, there it comes. So while the water tank is getting full of water, we're also sorting out this tea here for some rows in front of the storeroom. Less trees to water by hand. So just a short piece of pipe and a few drip lines for here. So it has been 5 minutes. The tank is definitely getting water and starting to get full. It's flowing out here, just flushing it. I guess it's flushed enough. I can close it and then we can get the main line connected again. Quite deep there in the water. So yeah, this is the new line that needs to connect to the tap, and it's dug so deep there because of this metal pipe that is 6 meters. It is what it is. We had to work with it. So it's either lifting the tank on bricks, which won't work, or going deeper down there. So that is what it is. I should probably come make a nice cement thing here with a lid on it, so there's no rainwater going in there and rusting the tap. But that is a fun and games day when I have time for that. So it is connected and water is coming in there. It's just a bit dark to see exactly how much is coming in. Of course, it's opening the tap, and this is pressure. Now we got pressure. Yes. Okay, close. The only issue I see now is the ball valve is cutting the flow in a lot, so I'm thinking we must remove the ball valve, the float valve up there in the tank. So now the homestead line is getting connected to the outflow of the tank. So here at the end of block 5, that is what we have. The pressure is reduced a lot due to the teas and stuff, but it should be sufficient for this whole block now. I wonder how long it will take for the tank to get full. We're gonna play with time here. Let me explain. So we're in no rush. We don't really have enough trees to plant here even. Still saving up and planning to go buy nice trees at the nursery. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play with time and do soil amendment first. Okay, so these are old shells that give it breaking for us. Then we're gonna lay down the old broken drip lines and just whatever they do, let them do. Water this, and then the fun. Some of you have been asking about the broad fork. If this has been watered a bit, then we can see if a broad fork can come in here and till these lanes for us. And then after, we could, in a few days time, then we'll put the new drip line, and then we'll come sow flowers and stuff just to get something growing and established. And yeah, in the meanwhile we'll be collecting trees still, because yeah, we need a lot of trees for this area. So while Mkoso is rolling down there the drip lines, I gotta come shoot here some shots. The problem is, measure twice, cut once. I really gotta get my aim right and punch this once right, otherwise I can't close the holes again. The old tapes aren't so much, so what we're doing for now is the left lane is getting a dripper. We'll come add the right later. For now, just the first line. You know what, go big or go home. We're gonna put drippers on the side of the road too. Worst case, I can just close that tap. It will leak a bit here, but it is what it is. Here's a raspberry that's about 3 years old. It's never really taking off and growing. We've made a trellis for it, or well, the tree was hanging up to here, so it could have grown into the tree, but it didn't want to. It's just getting morning sun here. I don't know if they want sun or not. I can't figure out their story. Really struggling with the raspberries and blackberries. There's the bamboo. So we're gonna put the last row here also with the bamboo. And then when I come and add the right dripper one day sometime, I don't know when, then we'll have a total of 18 drip lines. Now I understand about 23 to 26 drip lines should work on a pipe like this. And 50 meters long, and ours isn't 50 meters long. So the pressure should be fine to supply all of this just well. And so it is the last of the drip lines, the old ones that I got, that we're going to play with and just wet this area so we can come in with a broad fork, etc. So one dripper needs to be added for all these rows still, and we're going to turn on the water imminently. Some of the old drip tape lengths are behaving quite well, looking good. And then we got some pieces like here. Well, it's just to get this irrigated for now. Ish, this one is very bad. Maybe we must come connect this one. But first, before we can continue playing there, Boo's garden needs water. Now we're here and just checking up on things and making sure we're getting the water here that's needed. This braai is really spoiling my view. Just contemplating here on the lunchtime. I think we gotta remove that tire and that stump, make it a bit level here for this drip line. I can't wait for the tank to get full to see what the difference is on those low pressure sprinklers at block 8 now. Anyways, here at block 3 I got the sprayer running on the old line, and this is still bugging me. I really would like to come get drip lines in here that these trees are also irrigated by themselves. But for now we'll get block 5 going, and then when block 5 is going, we'll have some extra water and time because now we have extra water and time, because block 2 is fine. Like even today, block 2 don't need any water. I just quickly want to see the pressure. It's lunchtime, Boo's garden is open, and if there's any pressure left on this line. How hot is it? Very. All the chickens are chilling there, hiding from the sun. Can't believe the water tower is connected and it's working out, except for that float valve. I'll have to climb up there, check it out. Yeah, it looks like the sprayer is even working with Boo's garden open. It wouldn't have worked like that yesterday. So the extra pressure is helping. The only issue is the water flowing in is much less than the water flowing out at the moment. Here in the heart of the food forest, we've got a little dove, a wild bush dove, that's getting very relaxed with us. Lunchtime shenanigans. I'm gonna get up there for the 100th time. Now that the tank is starting to get water, these wires are loose. Anyways, I'm gonna face my fears, get up here, open this one. That is the sound of flowing water, but the tank sounds quite empty. Oh my, oh my, oh my, the tank is almost full. I can't believe that. I thought this valve is clamping the inlet. Well, I guess it is clamping the inlet a lot. Alright, 11 o'clock is about the time we started watering into this tank, and it's now almost 2 o'clock. Tank almost full. We did water block 5 a bit and saw that Boo's garden can't get water then, and so everything is closed. It's just that small garden. It's about 7 drip lines. So if I needed to, I'm sure I can have block 2 open together with Boo's garden at the same time. Block 5 will always be alone. It's too big. It needs water dedicated. And yes, at the moment Boo's garden is open and we got the sprinkler open. So there we go, basically 2.5 ton on the slab. There's a hairline fracture from casting day. On this corner the concrete wasn't done very nice, but all in all the concrete is keeping up, the slab is keeping up. Now that it is getting full, I can hear a sound or two as things are settling. The good thing about the pocket is there I can save my screws. Probably should fill that up when the rain comes. I see there's a new crack, but otherwise the slab should be fine. I think we'll be fine with a 10k tank. So I'm waiting for this tank to get full and see if the valve closes or if we're gonna get water here on the outflow. The bush field is starting to get real green. I've been pushing the watering on block 2 a lot, giving it mostly everyday water for the past month. It's now about 40 days. But now it can scale down. And yeah, because I sow a lot of things there. I wanted them to germinate. Anyways, future grocery row area is here. And so that road must move towards the stones. And the plan is to have there a lot of grocery rows with drip lines. But the first priority would be block 5 and then 6, 7, and then perhaps 3 there. The ultimate goal is to be able to water a block twice a week, because with our current water situation up to now for the past 3-4 years, we have been only able to water all our trees about once a week, every 5 to 6 days on average, and that was too few. So if I can water everything twice a week, that should be sufficient and sort out a lot of problems and get trees growing better. Oops, yes, just as I feared. The valve, or maybe I can try to adjust it a bit more, because we're not allowed to have an overflow. That means we're taking water we shouldn't. But it's full. Boo's garden is sorted out. I think it's time to go open block 5. Hey, luckily it's just time for Makosa to get back to work. His lunchtime is over. That's how the water is flowing out now. So that's more or less the in. And so when he imminently opens block 5, we'll see if there's a drop in pressure. Now the slab is getting a good drench. Feels like a water party up here. Oh wow, immediately. Now we're using water. So block 5 makes a big difference. It will probably drain the tank. Alright, the full tank is a big improvement. This sprayer is working, Boo's garden is open, and block 5 is open. So, ons loop oop kole en hy werk, my bra. Lekker, lekker. Living on the edge, pushing the limits. We got these sprayers open also now. Alright, then there we are at the point, breaking point. This one is stopping now. So that more or less gives us an idea what is going on with the water situation then, I trust. Here at block 5, here and there we got one that's doing that. But for the most part, block 5 is getting proper water now. We have one line that's running around the tea garden, so that we can plant some nice stuff here to the road. Morning sun will be there. So while block 5 is getting water, Makosa is clearing us this area, that we can have drip lines here also in the future. Keep in mind, it's just temporary old drippers we're using, so it is flowing a lot of more water out than it would and should. We also got real little termites. Yeah, 3:30, 3:30, the water is now about here. Only block 5 is open. And we'll see if the tank gets full. It's a bummer for the automation part, but this one isn't working as it should. Plus it's letting in less water. So we have a tap up to close the water, so I can just manually close the water myself. And the moon is up already. So I'm the ball valve for now. It's almost exactly an hour, just 2 minutes left. Whew, lekker. Now I can cool down. So just under an hour the tank is full. I got this. I wonder, I hear papaya makes very easy cuttings. I'm gonna try here in block 2. So it is a full tank and I'm having the sprinklers open. They're really not making much of a difference with full tank on, although I do think they are a bit blocked. Back to block 3. I think my only way is to have a mother line, supply line here and have it like a star shape, my drip lines out, because that is kind of the way the trees are planted, that they can go out. The problem is then the roads between the trees are getting all bigger and bigger and I lose a lot of production space. Or perhaps just come in with the sprinklers like drip rows like this, and whatever gets water and whatever doesn't. Because here it forms a nice line up to a olive tree. Perhaps that is the answer. And we run into the bush here. We'll contemplate. I'm contemplating letting the last of the water that's in the tank just run out here for the night. The drip lines are positioned on the center, that they can water as much as possible for maybe tomorrow, and then Saturday morning let's see Mkoso with the broad fork, if all goes according to plan. The ducks are very busy. Yeah, we're doing it. We're gonna empty the tank. Mkoso is not gonna have water for the evening. I'm gonna show you just now. I more or less checked how much block 8 uses and what time. Second of October, deep in the end of winter. The bush is starting to green, but finally it's easy to feed the bunnies. Some moringa, luciana, papaya. They're going to have a feast. Of course, the bunnies would prefer to scratch here in the ash with the chickens. For the big pellets that I give a few handfuls for them to get them to come to their cage at the evening. And I see they are multiplying their eggs here. Oh yeah, so these 2 chickens of Pooh, they're happy here with the ducks. And one of my ducks in the cow camp died, probably due to a snake. So the one is really making a mock here again, since he's back with the other ones. Quite late, gotta edit this video. Got cement mix to bolt a few bricks. Eish. The bush pond is down to this last bit of water, and here you can see more or less the idea with the waterfall. The tap is on the old 32 mil line, and so when this tap is open there's no water in the kitchen or in the shower or anywhere. So the higher this tap is, the more water we have. So that is the plan with this. Alright, this is what I was waiting for. Roughly 25 to 30 minutes is what block 5 takes to drain 2,500 liters roughly. So just topping it up there for Mkoso, or whatever he needs water for. So those rings. So these rings are roughly 1 Lekker 250 liters. And so for reference, block 8 uses about 250 liters in an hour. And then block 5 drained that in 25 minutes. A little detail, from the 50mm line here at the tank, the outlet, we have a 25mm line running there to block 1 with 2 taps. So that is what Bukoso gets water from. He's the only one getting water from this tank. The homestead is on its own water, and then all this water is basically just irrigation. It's pressure. Now we got pressure. It's pressure. Now we got pressure. So here at the end of block 5, that is what we have. The pressure is reduced a lot due to the teas and stuff, but it should be sufficient for this whole block now. Boo is making some plastic markers for her plants. Quite the engraver. There's the Scorpio to the south. Anyways, I would really like your input. We just made YouTube partnership. That means super chats and stuff can be sent, but you know the money won't be as much. YouTube takes a larger cut than buy me a coffee. So buy us a coffee rather if you want, unless it's easy for you. Anyways, not here for the super chats. We want to get 1,000 subscribers and then let YouTube play their ads and just pay us for people watching Bush TVs, because Bush TV is awesome. Anyways, so now my problem is, are you already getting ads on these Bush TVs? Because if we get 1,000 subs and I monetize and all that stuff, I don't really want ads to be more. For me, it's difficult to see because in this country, I don't get ads. Lekker.